すみません。ここはどこですか？
駅の近くにいるんだ。どうさ行くんだ？
すみません。でもわかりません。
東面ズーリスト。地図だね。お母さんいいんだ。
わかりません。ある人に聞きに行きます。
ねえば、ズーリスト雨特性。
What you just heard Natalie, I mean, that kind Japanese oji-san speaking was one of Japan's many dialects. A dialect can be defined as a regional variety of a language that shares traits with the original language. Japan has many dialects, due to both the geography and the history of the island nation. There's quite a bit of debate on how to divide up the dialects of Japan, but for the purpose of this video, I'll be discussing the dialects found in eastern Japan, as well as the Hachijo dialects, and Natalie will be discussing the western dialects and the Kyushu dialects. The dialect you heard Oji-san speaking in the video was one of Japan's strangest dialects, Tohoku-ben, in particular northern Tohoku-ben, spoken in Aomori. This dialect is known for its almost muttering quality, and the fact that nearly all of its consonants are voiced, meaning that something like sorekara would be pronounced zoregara. And don't worry if you couldn't understand what Oji-san was saying, as even other native Japanese speakers often can't understand this dialect. If you're interested in hearing it more, though, there's a movie called Bare Essence of Life Ultra Miracle Love Story that's all in Tohoku-ben. Another, probably more familiar set of dialects is the Kanto-ben dialects. This is a large group of dialects, including the Tokyo-ben, or what is considered standard Japanese, what we're learning in class. Hokkaido-ben, spoken in Hokkaido naturally, is actually a dialect in its own subcategory under the Eastern dialects. However, Hokkaido doesn't have a strong dialect, but rather a set of unique slang terms that are unique to the island. For example, someone from Hokkaido may call themselves a dosanko, which is a term for a person from Hokkaido, after the horses that are bred on the island. Hachijo, spoken in the islands of Hachijo and Aogashima, is actually not a dialect of Japanese at all, but considered a separate Japonic language, and an endangered one, with only a few hundred speakers estimated. This language has a further variation between the 5 former villages of the island. The language is similar in many features to ancient Japanese spoken in the 8th century.
How did I get into a launch pad?
すみません。手伝ってください。
ああ、ツーリストを立つ談のが好きだけ。
ちょっと待ってください。もう会ったことがありますか？青森で？
いや、広島に住みやるけ。
違った言葉をお話ししました。
いや、アルマに行ったことがないけ。
まだ違った言葉を話してますね。
もう行くけ。ほいじゃあ、すみません。
待って、すみません。まだ迷ってます。
The dialect you just heard was the Hiroshima-ben dialect from Western Japan. The Western dialects in Japan are located around the Kansai-Osaka region as well as further west. Because the Western Japanese Kansai dialect was the prestige dialect when Kyoto was capital, Western forms of speech are found in literary language as well as standard Japanese. The dialects are made up of the Chugoku dialects, which Hiroshima-ben comes from, Kinki or Kansai-ben dialects, Hokuriku dialects, Shinkoku dialects, and Unpaku dialects. Within the Chugoku dialects, Hiroshima-ben was made famous by the 1974 movie The Yakuza, which uses the dialect to portray Japanese mafia. Thanks to that, it is one of the most recognizable Japanese dialects out there. It contains such changes as using iya instead of iie, using jakke in place of dakara, and using the expression hōja no to say goodbye, as heard in the video. Kansai-ben is another relatively recognizable family of dialects. The most recognized Kansai-ben dialects are Osaka-ben, Kyoto-ben, and Kobe-ben. There aren't a lot of differences between them, but generally, Osaka-ben is considered brash, Kyoto-ben lilting, and Kobe-ben melodious. Kansai-ben and Osaka-ben are used interchangeably a lot, even though Osaka-ben belongs to the Kansai family of dialects. Because of this, even people who know the difference can get them confused. There is another sub-dialect called Gifu Aichi, which is debated between being an Eastern or Western dialect. It encompasses some transition dialects that blend both Eastern and Western features, because the speakers are generally located in between the two. This includes Nagoya-ben, found in the Nagoya city of the Aichi prefecture. Speakers of this dialect are often characterized as speaking like a cat. The Kyushu dialects are classified into three groups: Hichiku, Honichi, and Satsuga or Kagoshima dialects. They are found on the southern and westernmost island of Japan and can actually be somewhat unintelligible to other Japanese speakers. For instance, most Kyushu dialects replace the adjective ending I with ka, like with samui to samuka. In another example, Hakata-ben, a subdialect of the Hichiku dialect, is famous for its use of to as a sentence-ending question. Most of the other dialects in Kyushu resemble Hakata-ben, except for one, Satsuma-ben, or the dialect of the Kagoshima prefecture. As it is the furthest place from Kyoto, it is thought that divergences in dialects accumulated here. The differences are so stark that natives from other regions have mistaken Kagoshima-ben speakers for foreign tourists. There is, however, a story told in Japan that the Kagoshima dialect was deliberately skewed and developed that way to protect against spies from other parts of Japan during the Edo period. From fast-talking Kansai dialect to the slow, nasal Aomori-ben, Japan is a widely varied place with dozens on dozens of different dialects. While you can't expect to fully understand many natives if you visit Japan and aren't a native speaker, standard Japanese is so widely used that most people have little difficulty communicating. So don't worry. And besides, half of the fun is experiencing how different places can be. So keep practicing. Ganbatte!
Why am I in a laundromat?
すみません、手伝ってください。
What are you doing here?
Mustache is messed up.
She's not up.
Is that stuck up in your nose?
Yes, it is.
Oh.
I have to make so many sacrifices for this class.
But you look beautiful.
That would make me want to sneeze constantly.
Yeah, no, it's about like that. Is it fixed?
Yes.
Okay.
You're beautiful, Natalie. Thank you. まだ迷ってます。